The reason they push these products towards the top is so, I believe, right, just my humble opinion, is it so that they can steal your Bitcoin, so that people lever themselves up, and then if you don't have the money to pay them, right, then they're just going to take your Bitcoin, right? Like if he really wanted to help people, he would be pushing that product when we're towards the bottom, right? But he doesn't do that because it puts it in your favor when you take a loan versus the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, he's positioning himself the same way a lot of institutions are, as far as how do banks make money, right? Off the interest. And so whenever people do take loans, they're going to make that money off the interest. When a lot of the advertisements go on about taking loans is always at the top. You saw the same thing with a lot of the exchanges, right? When they were enticing people, we'll give you this much of a yield if you stake, or if you bring on more, they'll match over 4 years if you bring on more onto the exchange and things like that. You'll always start to get those emails when we are closer and closer and closer to the top. Why? Because they know that as we come on to the backside, that a lot of the liquidity will be sucked out of the markets, and they need that to stay vital for their exchanges. So that's something I've always watched. Whenever you start to get these email pushes from major exchanges and things like that to entice you to stake, to entice you to unload more of your money, things like that. So
you really got to watch the narrative.